In another show of support for Amber Heard, an aeroplane trailing the banner, "Justice for Amber Heard" flew over Los Angeles. The banner refers to a website which exposes the lies perpetrated by Depp's team and those involved in the Virginia trial. The website shows proof of Dr. Shannon Curry's sham diagnosis of Amber. Dr. Curry is personal friends with Depp's lawyer Camille Vasquez. After a 4-hour interview with dinner and drinks at Depp's mansion, Curry agreed to a diagnosis of borderline personality disorder almost a year before ever meeting and interviewing Amber. In a designation dated the 16th of February 21, it stated she supports that Amber exhibits patterns of behavior that are consistent with co-occurring cluster B personality disorder traits, especially borderline personality disorder. This was filed with the court 10 months before Curry ever examined Amber. Ben Chu admitted on the NBC documentary that Amber was a credible witness and needed to be discredited. This diagnosis was nothing more than a plan to meet that need. JusticeForAmberHeard.org exposes the failings of the jury in great detail, including court reporter and stenographer both noticed jurors falling asleep. One of the jurors was seen with social media page open on her phone with Amber Heard's name on it. One of the jurors had mental health problems and was seen talking to himself in the elevator. One juror went home to his wife every night who'd text him Amber is a psycho. One of the jurors wasn't supposed to be there. The jurors' basic literary skills were exposed when they couldn't fill out a simple form. One juror said, if she didn't do any of this stuff with the op-eds, Johnny Depp could have helped her out in her career. This exposes their complete ignorance to the evidence, especially when it was exposed that Depp wanted Amber fired from Aquaman. The website goes into detail about each of Depp's witnesses and exposes their involvement in Johnny Depp's global humiliation campaign of Amber Heard. On some platforms like Twitter and TikTok, there has been a huge pushback to the flood of pro-Depp propaganda. This has resulted in an overwhelming turning of the tide in favor of Amber Heard. Many people started to apologize after seeing how they had been manipulated by Depp and his leaked evidence. Many people cite the unsealed documents as the first factor in changing their minds, and others looked at the UK trial transcripts, which clearly show that Depp not only changed his story when it didn't work in the UK, but that he also lied and changed witnesses to keep a lie going. The Can You Not hashtag became huge during the Cannes Film Festival, later dubbed Festival of Abusers because of its shameful history of hosting pedophiles, rapists, and abusers. This year was no different with Depp's appearance on the red carpet. The phrase #Canasuna was widely used on social media to such an extent that it had to be addressed by the festival's director Thierry Frémaux, who claimed he knew nothing of Depp's abuse of Amber Heard. Although Amber Heard was not at the festival in person, the film crew of Le Ravissement wore Amber Heard t-shirts in protest of Johnny Depp's attendance at the festival. If Depp thought he'd won and people were just going to move on from the trial, he is very much mistaken. Because of what is essentially litigation abuse of Amber Heard, Depp has made him a target. In his quest for her global humiliation, he has exposed himself as a foul-mouthed, misogynistic, racist, violent, destructive man whose addictions have made him an unreliable and an insurable actor. He is now reduced to self-funding his own projects. While he may have some die-hard fans left, most intelligent people can see him for what he is: a UK court-certified abuser.